Flosstube. I have changed my background. I wanted to sit on the couch. I wanted to be comfy today. By the way, my name's Cameron. I go by Cam the Stitcher on Instagram and here on Flosstube. This is a channel about cross-stitching and crafts and hobbies and all the stuff that I get up to, which is, it's gonna be mostly cross-stitch, don't worry. So if that's what you came here for, please stick around. Feel free to subscribe, like, please comment. And again, like, if you have any questions ever, feel free to DM me on Instagram at Cam the Stitcher or comment below, whatever. So I just posted my whip parade last night, my 2022 end of year whip parade. And I was thinking about it. I wanted to film an update before that, but like, you know, just didn't happen. So I wanted to sit down and like talk about 2023 plans. And I got a lot of haul and whip update. What else? Is that it? I have one FFO to show you. I do not have it here with me because it was a gift. If you follow me on Instagram, I already posted that FFO, and I will put it somewhere up here on the screen, but I stitched a ornament for my dad for Christmas. His favorite Christmas movie is A Christmas Story, and I found this pattern this past summer. It's by Good Morning Maui on Etsy. And they have a lot of like cute little character type of patterns. I also have their Office character pattern and their Scooby-Doo character pattern and their Adventure Time character pattern, because Scooby-Doo and Adventure Time are some of my favorite cartoons. And yeah, so they have a lot of good stuff if you're looking for like stuff from shows or movies or whatever. And you just want to do like a cute little character. They're really quick stitches. So the one I got was Ralphie from A Christmas Story in his little bunny suit. It took me a day to stitch. And then of course it sat there for a couple days. And then the night before I had to leave to go home for Christmas, I FFO'd it. I just used like, I went to Michael's and I got some like cord that was on clearance, and I used some felt on the back, hot glue gun, and then I had that trim, that like little pom-pom trim. I had that just in my stash, and so that is what I did. Very simple. I did stitch it on 18 count Aida that I dyed myself with like, I think it was some sort of turquoise or something Rit dye. And so yeah, so I gave that to him for Christmas and it is on his tree. So that's exciting. So that was my only FFO slash my only finish. Now my cat wants to come up here. So the first whip I worked on, or I guess I should say, I don't know. I worked on the Dark Queen of the Earth Stitch Along by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I'm not taking it out of the hoop because I am currently working on it. But this is where I'm at. So I did finish, maybe it's on the other side that they look the same. So I finished the last part of the tail that I think the last regular Flosstube update I showed. I was not done with that part. And so now I've started December's part, which is all this greenery and the brown like tree part. Oh, I think I'm just gonna work on this for the rest of December, which is only a few days left. Not even a few, like a couple. I think I'm gonna work on this for the rest of the time I'm not gonna catch up by any means, but just to keep momentum on it. I think I am done with like, I think this is like the outest most part of this pattern, and so it's all going up here. And I imagine in January, the release, a lot of people have speculated that it'll be the same type of deal, but on the other side. But it's very pretty. It's gorgeous, and I love working on it, but I just get burnt out because it's like such big parts. And as if you have been watching this channel at all, I just join every single stitch along known to man, which we'll talk about that in 2023 plans. But anyways, so that is that. We're done with her. Yeah, I'm gonna keep working on that today and for like the next 2 days. But yeah, I don't know if I've shown this in my last update. Here's the thing. I'm gonna show it again, and I'm not gonna cut this out if I've already shown it, and if I figure that out later. I won't spend too much time on it. This is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Halloween Wreath Stitch Along. And I did finish December's part. I'm like kind of thinking that I might have already shown this, but so December's part was this like these little motifs and this big bow, half of the bow. So I'm gonna have to take that box away from my cat, and that's just the truth. But anyways, I am stitching this on 28 count cashel linen. It came with the kit. I did buy the kit for this. Same with Autumn Lane Stitchery's Dark Queen of the Earth. I'm stitching on 32 count Under the Sea Fabrics Nightshade. Just if anyone was curious. That was one of the linens that was dyed for the sow. So, all right. I only have 2 more whips to show you, and then I have one new start since my last regular Flosstube update. If you watched my whip parade, I did show it at the very end because it was obviously, I went in order, so it was a new start. So that was the last thing. So the next whip I'm going to show you is Move Forward in Love by Modern Folk Embroidery. This was one of my whip go calls in December, and spoiler alert, it is also one of my whip go calls in January, because if you're not familiar with whip go, Jessie Marie Does Stuff has just put out, I believe, a video on the 2023 whip go. If you're curious, you could watch the 2022 video as well. Pretty standard. I think the only, well, let me not speak on that because I don't know exactly, but I believe the only difference, she did update and say that she's gonna pull the numbers or announce the numbers on the 25th of every month now. So on Christmas, she pulled the January numbers, and this was one of my pulls, which is fun. I get to work on it. I got to work on it December and January. Anyways, so this is stitched on 18 count Ada, dyed by the Stitchy ferret. And that is how far I got. So I don't even know if you could see that. Let me fold this. Yeah, so last time you saw it, and I did show this on my whip go, or not whip go, my whip parade. So last time you saw it, it was probably like about done, like about just this part. So I think I maybe stitched that bird or something, I can't remember, and then stitched all of this down here. I am stitching this with 2 threads of DMC over 1 square of Ada. It is a little, okay, I don't want to say it's bulky. It's not. It does look pretty. It's just a little hard to pull through the 18 count. If you are a regular 18 count stitcher, and I have said this before, you just know, like, sometimes 18 count is fine with 2 strands. Sometimes it just is like, it's just a little harder to pull those, the threads through the holes. So, but I've made it this far, and it's not that difficult where it's like super bugging me, but I'm stitching slower on this than I feel like I could be. But anyways, I'm excited. I don't know if I'm gonna get to like the blue and purple part of this fabric, but depending on how I finish this, you know, maybe I can try to use the rest of this fabric in some way. I left plenty of margin, so anyways, so that's that, and you'll see more progress on that in January. So that's not going anywhere. The next one I worked on, this was my other Whipco call for December. This is Fruits of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery. It was a Modern Folk Embroidery month for me. So this was their 2021 stitch along. I also showed this on my whip parade. I have, so you would have already seen the progress if you looked, or watched. But I'm gonna show it here. So I did a lot of work on this. It kind of doesn't seem like it because this is such a big pattern, but, and I will have put a picture of what it looked like last time I showed it on a regular Flosstube update, but I think I really just had like this part done. I didn't have all the berries done and didn't have any of this done. So I got a good chunk of it done. And this part, because you're using negative space, it's a lot of stitching, and I was kind of like, I don't want to do that, but it's actually very soothing, because you're just going like, I just go one line at a time, and then obviously I skip wherever it says not to stitch, and it's kind of fun to see like the negative space pattern emerge. I don't know, I like it. This part was really pretty easy to stitch. The basket was very easy to stitch. I don't know, it's really pretty. I am stitching this on 40 count blush linen by Zweigart. So it's not over dyed. This is, I feel like a lot of people, if you have not tried 40 count and you want to, definitely start with a Zweigart 40 count that's not over dyed. So I would recommend like blush or platinum or antique white or anything like that. These are great to start with. And you can kind of see that it's pink. It's very light pink, but you can definitely see it better in person. So yeah, so that is my progress. I'm excited to pull this out again at some point in the year. It is on my Whipco, but for now she's going away. All right, this was my new start for, it wasn't really for anything. Now I'm gonna tell you something. My new starts are not ever really for anything. It's just like I get this hankering to start something new. This was though, I think it was the Jingle Ball. I was too nervous to go into the stitching rooms, and then I found out they weren't really working, and then I was like, well, that's my excuse, I'm not gonna do it. And so what I ended up doing was just like, I was just hanging out with my partner, like on the couch. We were watching stuff, and I just kind of had like the videos going and was obviously checking out the shopping and stuff. And I was like, well, now like I definitely, like I was in the mood to stitch something Christmas, and I think I talked about this in maybe my first video. I don't have a lot of, or any, Christmas whips at the moment. So I wanted to start one of the patterns that I had mentioned in my video. And the one that was really calling to me was, I think it's called Pretty Christmas Village by Lucy Heaton. It is on Etsy. And I don't know if I can link in my description box yet, but I will try to link it below. I'll definitely put, I'm going to get better about like putting what patterns I'm talking about in my description, so you guys don't have to like hunt them down. So this was my new start. I'm stitching this on 40 count Mermaid Mule linen by Forbidden Fiber Co. No, not that. Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. Okay. Oh my god, I'm fine. Okay. Trying to angle this so it's a better light, but let's see here. And my cat is still playing in the box. And there's nothing I can do to stop it. Except maybe get up and get the box. But so yeah, so I'm stitching this with one strand of DMC over 2 squares of linen. But so this is the tree. Let me like not get in here so you can focus on this. The tree's almost done. but I am stitching the snow in half stitches with 2 strands of DMC. You probably can't really see the difference on camera, and that's kind of the point. I was doing the half stitches for the snow because I wanted to kind of create, number one, I wanted to stitch faster because there's a lot of snow. Number two, I kind of wanted to create a difference in the texture of the snow to the snow on the roofs of the houses. So if you see in the pattern, there's a lot of white stitching going on, and I kind of wanted to create a different texture on both of those. The other thing also is the blue in the pattern that you see, that is all stitched. So that's why I chose to stitch it on this linen, because I'm not stitching any of that blue background. I also kind of wanted, I definitely brightened up the blue I'm stitching it on because, well, I had a consultation. Don't even worry about it. I had 3 options and I was like, I don't know. And anyways, but I think it looks good. I like this aqua mixed with the pink. So that was that. That was my new start. So the next thing I actually want to talk about is not really haul. It is some Stitchy kindness. So if you are not familiar with the designer Stitch X Love, follow them on Instagram. But they were one of the first, I think, stitch alongs that I did, that I completed. Let's say that. But this is always in the background of my videos, so I brought it over here on my couch like a weirdo. I've definitely shown this before. I showed this in my first video. This was one of my 2022 finishes and one of my 2022 FFOs. Found this frame at the thrift store. I thought it was perfect for this stitch because it is a monochrome stitch. It is Mary Shelley stitch along that she did in, I want to say, the fall. I can't remember exactly. But I stitched it on 18 count Aida that I just coffee tea dyed myself and put in the oven for a little bit on low. She used, first of all, I love all the motifs in this. I'm a big Mary Shelley fan. I read Frankenstein for the first time this year as well. And I was an English major in college, and it was just it was never assigned to me for some reason. I just never took a course on Gothic literature, I guess. So took it upon myself this year to read it myself, and I loved it. But she uses great, I love the back stitching in this with filling in this inkwell. We've got the book, the wheel, at the hourglass. I almost forgot the word for that. And you can see there's tiny back stitching in this little candle. I don't know. I just really love this. I'm excited. I'm hoping she does another author stitch along, but I'm mentioning this because, she DM'd me, on Instagram just today, right before I sat down to film actually. And, she was very, very nice, and nice enough to send me one of her new releases that she is releasing, I believe, tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean, what's today? Oh my gosh. I think today's the 29th. And I could be wrong. I don't know. She's releasing it tomorrow. So I think on the 30th. I'm not going to be, this is not going to be posted by then. So I feel safe saying this right now, because it'll be released by the time I post this. But I believe the pattern that she is releasing is called Winter Wreath. And it's really, really, really cute. And she sent it to me just as a thank you for mentioning her pattern. And I mean, first of all, this is one of my favorite things that I stitched this year. I love monochromatic samplers, and this was such a fun, quick finish. She did it in 4 parts, so it was very manageable, and it's available in her Etsy shop as well. So obviously all 4 parts are out, and you can buy that pattern on Etsy, and again, it is Stitch X Love. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to be starting the Winter Wreath probably very soon, probably within the next few days, which I'll talk about that in plans. But I do have some scrap pieces of, no, I shouldn't say scrap. I mean, they are, but I have some ornament cuts of Ada. Now I think the picture she has, it was stitched on like black Ada. So I definitely have enough of that 18 count black Ada to stitch it on. But I also have some of the leftover Ada that I stitched that on. I don't know if the colors would pop enough, but that's an option. And then I also have this piece of like purpley Ada. I think this is some old 14 count that I had in my stash from like the 80s. I got it from my mom's like old stash, not that I was just living in the 80s. I was not. I have this piece of like gray that I dyed. I could do it on that. And then I also have this piece of like bluey purple, showing up very blue on camera, but it is a little bit more purple. But yeah, I was thinking I could stitch that on any of these. And so yeah, so I just want to say thank you. And that was like really lovely. And now that we're on Stitchy kindness, I do also want to thank people. So first of all, I'm gonna try not to cry because that would be embarrassing, but this has been so fun for me. I've literally been watching Flosstube for a year now, and I really wanted to do it. I will even admit that months and months ago, I had filmed a video, like my first video, and I ended up getting so frustrated with it and like wasn't happy with it that I was scared. And I ended up deleting all of the footage. And yeah, so I just was like, I wasn't happy with it, and I just was like nervous. And so anyways, my sister and I think my dad, they kind of like conspired and got me a like ring light tripod stand thing for my birthday in September. And they said, hey, like you should film your floss tubes, because they know how, because like it's all I've talked about this year. And so yeah, so I want to thank them, number one. But number two, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, I want to thank all the people that have shouted me out. And I can't even go in order, but first of all, everyone that has liked and subscribed and DM'd me and commented, I want to thank each and every one of you. I also want to especially shout out a couple of people. So Megan from the Seattle Stitcher, she commented on my video and DM'd me on Instagram and was very, very kind. And then took it a step further and shouted me out on one of her most recent Flosstube updates. And that was super awesome, and I definitely like appreciate that so much. She linked me in her description box. It was lovely. She is one of the Flosstubers that I watch every single one of her videos. I like very much look forward to it. Alongside her, Alexis My Amazing World also DM'd me, and, you know, said lovely and amazing things. She is also one of the Flosstubers that I found this year and like watched all of her videos and binged them. And then Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, Julie, she commented on my videos and sent some love over, and that was really nice. And recently, Bridget from the Museum Stitcher, who is another creator that I like binged her videos as soon as I found them. I think I found her very early when she first posted. The algorithm just knew that that's what I wanted, and she recently commented on my videos and was very, very nice. The other person I also want to shout out is, and I want to make sure I get this right. I think it was Marjorie from, oh, it's so terrible. I'm going to put her username right here, and I'm also going to mention her down in my description box. But she DM'd me after I posted my first video, and she said some really lovely things, and said she was inspired, and I'm sure she was inspired by many other creators on here, especially young cross stitchers. It's amazing to have that community within this community, and I'm excited to keep, like, I don't know, watching their videos and creating these like over the internet friendships, and it's like super, super nice. And anyways, she made her first video, and now she has, I believe, 2 videos out. Just awesome vibes. Like immediately I was like, oh, okay, like she's like very much a piece of me. Like she's awesome. So please go check her out. I will definitely have I will have all of them mentioned down below, because they've been so supportive and awesome, and I watch them all the time, and I want everyone to watch them as well. So I think that's all I have for my shout outs. Again, if you've like DM'd me, commented, liked, subscribed, just watched any of those things, like literally thank you so much, because this has been really nice. So all right, moving on, I'm gonna do haul. So a couple of things I'm gonna get, let's see. So one thing I got for Christmas, I did want to show. It's not cross stitch, but it is embroidery. I don't know why I'm taking the price tag off, like anybody cares. So my dad got me this really cool embroidery kit. It's Nightmare Before Christmas, and I haven't opened it yet, so I don't know. It comes with everything you need for these 2 projects. So this little pumpkin king, and then the one on the front. And I believe it comes with all these patterns, but you'd have to buy your own floss and fabric and all that good stuff. But that's okay with me. I know how to do that. So yeah, this is really cute. Let's do a cheeky unboxing right now. I'm a huge fan of Night Before Christmas, if you couldn't tell. Okay, so this is what the box comes like. So you've got a hoop, which is very helpful. Oh, this is cool. I've done a little bit of embroidery, but I'm excited to like, I don't know why embroidery seems so much harder than cross stitch to me. And I think a lot of embroidery people say the same thing about cross stitch. So this is the fabric it comes with, and then I don't want to like hear anything. This is the floss and some needles back there that I'm assuming you need. It looks like 6-stranded floss. I don't know if it's DMC. It is unmarked. Okay, and then we've got the book, which I'm sure has great, yeah, I mean, so it's got pictures, step-by-steps, instructions. So this is like the one that you can do. That's cool. Finishing instructions, just general like tips, I think. Showing you how to finish in a hoop. That is very cool. I'm excited. Talks about equipment, all the things you need. Oh wow. That's so cool. This one looks like it uses felt in part of it, so that's neat. And then it's got like the little, it's got all of the patterns, which I don't know exactly, well, the instructions will tell me, but it has all the patterns in there for everything it shows in the box in the book, so that's cool. All right, so that was a mini unboxing. And you know what? I don't know where he got this, but I imagine it was a Barnes & Noble purchase or like a Sam's Club purchase. I don't know. But that is exciting. Oh, the other Sam's Club purchase. He thought about getting this for me for Christmas, but then he didn't. And then we were at Sam's and I like picked it up and he was like, oh my God. So this was, it's like a little caddy thing for all the things. So it stacks, and it has different sized, like, so this is the smallest size thing it comes with, and then it comes with like a more long one, and then a really long one. And it's just great for like all the random things that you need a place for. I might use like one of the things for like just all my extra DMC, and then I've got like tape and ribbon and glue sticks and Rit dye and just all the random stuff that you could really just put in a bucket and try to get through, but that's a little bit more organized, so that's exciting. And then the other thing I got, we went to Michael's, and because I got a gift card, and I spent lots of great money on mostly DMC, and I got some needles, and I got new knitting needles. Not really that exciting, but I did pick up these two things of DMC Ada. I had seen these several times, but I just hadn't, I was like, I don't need it, like whatever. But they are, I think, they're 14 count. I think that would be great to have for those smaller patterns I want to stitch, like ornament size or 60 by 60 stitches. These I think would be great to just have on hand. This one's like a greenish blue modeling, and this is like a pink purpley blue modeling. So I picked those two up. Other thing I picked up was the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher Winter Edition. I'm not gonna like do a whole flip through, but I do want to show you my favorite, and I feel like I haven't seen anybody post about this one. First of all, everything is beautiful in here, but I just thought this was like the cutest thing in the whole world. Look at that little man and his little trees, and this also looks like such a quick stitch. This is by Teresa Miller of Teresa's Primitive Treasures LLC. So yeah, anyways, I got that. There's lots of good ones. There's a Barbara Anna, there's Stitching with the Housewives one that's really cute, there's a Hello from Liz Matthews one that's also super cute. So yeah, quick break from haul, I do want to mention Maggie from Kitschy Whips is doing like a totally tubular sal, so like patterns from the 80s, but also like make it your own. And if you want to like pop in a pattern from the 90s or just something that reminds you of something, like totally tubular stuff, I wanted to mention this because this was the funniest thing I've ever found, and it's the only Facebook Marketplace purchase that I have made. I saw this on Facebook Marketplace and I was like, I need it. And I convinced the woman to ship it to me, and it was very like $4. And it is a book, cross stitch book, and it's called Romantic Mimes. This might be my totally tubular sal. Now I know it's not giving like Strawberry Shortcake or Precious Moments, but it is giving. And I don't know what it is. It's like the pink and the collars and just everything. Yeah, so this is 1985. So it definitely falls within and it's tore up. It is not in good condition. So that is just some of the beautiful frilly pillow finishes that they did. Oh my God. I don't know why I love this so much, but I really do. This is I think that's a tissue box or something. And look at this. I mean, come on. She's looking back. So it was funny. The woman that sold this to me, she actually only wanted it for this pattern, which is the one pattern in here I don't want to stitch. And she did mark on it. Right directly on the, hey, you know what, you do what you got to do. But I was like, thanks, I guess. Oh my God, they made a stocking. Look at that. So I really want to do, well, I want to do all of them, but I definitely want to do like at least one on maybe like some light pink Ada or maybe some gray, like really light gray, Ada. Those pinks though, like you can't. This is by, I think it's Crazy Stitch ink. Obviously it's very, very much out of print, but hey, if you can search this on eBay or find it, you're like, I don't know, it's amazing. If you're into weird clown core like me, this was, I don't know, this was a great find. So I got that a few months ago. I had to show it because of Maggie from Kitschy Whip. So now I've got like a humongous haul from mostly 123 Stitch. The first thing I do want to show, I did order this from Michael's online because I had a voucher that was about to expire. It was a pretty hefty voucher, so I was like, I have to buy something, obviously. This is Celtic Santa, and it is a Mill Hill kit, ornament kit. It says, oh, it's like Celtic, maybe Celtic Santa's is like the collection. This one's called Scotland Santa. I don't know. I got this, I'm gonna stitch it for my dad. Forgot to warn him not to watch this part, but whatever, he'll probably forget about it by the time I gift it to him. But it comes with the perforated paper, the beads, and the thread. So I will probably start stitching that closer to next December, but that one was fun. I got another ornament kit because I've wanted to try one of these and it was also on sale. And it's the Satsuma Street Goth Moth kit. I love Halloween, if you couldn't tell. It comes with the thread, the beads, the sequins, a needle. I don't even know if it does include the perforated paper, and finishing instructions. All that, it's probably in here. So yeah, so I picked that up. Okay, I got this from Gayron Stitchery, I believe in Florida. I ordered this because I was looking for a particular type of pattern. I wanted another Halloween like Quaker kind of moment for those Nightmare Before Christmas silks I got from the Fangirl Fiber Arts box. And I found this. I believe this is out of print. I don't know for sure. I could not find it anywhere, but they had a couple copies left. So this is by Cherished Stitches, and it's called a Quaker Halloween Sampler. And it slays. Yeah, I really like it. So I definitely want to stitch that in the future. Have no other plans other than that, so. Okay, I'm gonna try to speed this up. So the other things I got were a bunch of fabric because I needed to. Okay, so a lot of this is for nothing in particular. I got a fat quarter of 36 count smoke blue linen. It's honestly, and it looks green on camera and kind of in real life. It is a bluey greenish gray. So that'll be good, I think, for, it's a good like color-ish neutral. This one I did get for something. No, I can't remember. Oh, here it is. So I picked this pattern up from Top Knot Stitcher. This is the new Cottage Garden Samplings series, like yearly series. They're doing snowmen. I just know that I'm gonna love every pattern, so obviously the first one came out and I was like, yeah, I have a thing, I don't know, these snowmen are so cute. Anyway, so I got this pattern and I went ahead and I did not get I got one of the called for threads, and then I got a substitute. So I got Weeks Dye Works Baked Apple, which is the called for, and the other called for was Weeks Dye Works Grapefruit, but I subbed it out for Classic Colorworks Sunset, which I think is definitely more on the pink side, possibly, than grapefruit, but so I got fabric to go with this. I think I'm gonna stitch them all in different fabric. So this one is 36 count aged paper linen. Yeah, I really like that one. Okay, I feel like my boyfriend's about to come home soon, and I feel like this pressure. Okay, the next one I got is 36 count agave linen. I got a lot of 36 count. I don't have a lot of 36 count. I love 40 count. I love all counts. I'm gonna be honest, I stitch on everything. And so I was like, I kind of have a lack of 36 count in my stash, so I wanted to get some good like colors and neutrals. But this is, I think, a great neutrally color. I don't know what you want to call it. But yeah, so I got that for nothing in particular. Let's see. Some of these I did get for particular things. This one also I got nothing for nothing in particular. This is just a cut of 32 count dark cobblestone. This looks like a great dark neutral. So got that. And trying to see what else. Oh, okay. So the pattern is not new to me. I've had this in my stash. This is the Strawberry Harvest bird. This was also from a series from Cottage Garden Samplings. I love strawberries, so I had to get this. But I went ahead and picked up the called for linen, which is 40 count ancient Newcastle linen. It looks very different. This looks like green, but this is like, first of all, it's beautiful. I'm not complaining at all. But yeah, picked that up. And then I also picked up the two called for overdyes, which was Gentle Arts Faded Rose and Antique Rose. Those are really beautiful. So that is almost kitted up. Just need the DMC in there and it'll be good to go. So that is all kitted up and ready. All right, the next, oh, I got this for no reason in particular. This is 36 count linen by Fiber on a Whim. This is a fat quarter. It's called Raspberry. Now, I have plenty of colored linen, let me tell you. I need neutrals in my life. But I couldn't pass this one up, so it's so pretty. I'm usually not like a very purpley girl, but I don't know. I mean, this is very purpley pink, so I had to get that. I feel like it's good. I feel like, and I'm gonna say it again, dare I stitch something Christmas on it. It's a great Halloween fabric too, but I don't know. We'll see. All right. The other thing, I got another piece of 36 count linen from Fiber on a Whim called Milk and Honey. So this is a great neutral that I have no thoughts for yet, but stash builder. Sorry for all the packaging nonsense. And then I got another 36 count fat quarter of Brown Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. And this is a great neutral. I love that color. Also the name. I love brown sugar, so. All right, so I picked up Pixie Stitches Natural World Stitch Along for 2023. I picked that up a couple weeks ago. I believe it starts January 1st, if I'm remembering correctly. But it's gonna be a monochromatic sampler. And I wanted to do something a little different. So she's using like a really pretty neutral fabric, and I think Gentle Arts like Lagoon or something. It's gorgeous, like deep bluey green variegated overdyed thread. I wanted to do first of all, I wanted to go out of my comfort zone, and I wanted to do a color I don't normally stitch on or with. And then I also wanted to do like a tone on tone situation, because she has only released one tiny little sneak peek, and it was like a little like bug that was very cute, like a little beetle or something, or a ladybug. And so I went ahead and I picked up 32 count exotic orchid Lugana in a fat quarter. And it is like this really pretty, oh, I don't know. It's purple, obviously. Duh. But it's, I don't know. It's like mauve-y, but without going onto the pink side. It's like a smoky, it's not smoky, but it's like a smoky purple. I don't know how to describe it. It's very pretty. So I went ahead and I got several skeins of Aura's Iris by Classic Colorworks. And it is only a tinge darker than my fabric. But that's what I'm going for. So that is what I'm going to stitch Pixel Pixies Sal on. And I'm really excited because I think this is her first stitch along that she's doing, like mystery stitch along. And I wanted to support, and also like I haven't stitched any of her patterns yet, so I thought this was a great way to start. And yeah, so I'm very excited for that. I don't know, like I see this vision in my head and I made it happen. It's gonna look good. The other thing I picked up was the Holiday Rooster pattern from Julie from Kansas City, Girl in a Colorado World. It is on her Gumroad Hemlock and Rye Stitchery. And I picked up, I have two options. So I'm thinking I'm going to do, let's see, let me remember correctly. I think I'm going to stitch it on this 40 count mallow. So it's like to me, it's like an oatmeal Aida, but it's linen. That's the vibes it's giving. So I was going to stitch it with that, and I went for like a really prim Christmas moment, because I like bright colors, I like stuff, but sometimes I like to do something a little different. So I picked out Clay Pot by Classic Colorworks, which is this like brick pink-ish color. Don't you love the way I describe colors? Is that not amazing? And then Tiny Vine, which is this really pretty, it's, I don't know. It's like if Seafoam Green just like toned it down 65 notches. I don't know how to describe it. It's not Seafoam Green, but that in my head, that makes sense. So I think I'm gonna do the Holiday Rooster Sal like this. I don't know when I'm gonna start it. I mean, a lot of people have already started it, so I probably will start it soon because I love a new start. But yeah, that's my plan for the moment. No pressure on that one. I also picked up from Hemlock and Rye Stitchery the misspelled sampler, because as soon as Julie showed that, I was like, and actually I was on the live too, that it was Alexis from My Amazing World, Bridget from the Museum Stitcher, Megan from the Seattle Stitcher, and Julie from Kansas City Girl in Colorado World. And they were on Instagram Live. This was a few months ago. And Julie was on the road, and I think she was in the middle of charting this sampler. So I picked that pattern up, and then I picked up almost all of the floss for it. I think there was only one missing, possibly. And I'm gonna sub out the Weeks Dye Works. I think it was like Curry or something. I'm just gonna sub that out for one of the, I think I have a color in cotton that would work, or a fiber on a, no, Forbidden Fiber Co that might work. It's a pretty yellow. So I think I'm gonna stitch it on this. This is 40 count flax. It's a really great neutral. I don't know. I think that would be pretty, because I really want all these colors to pop. So I really wanted to go for like a very neutral, not too warm, not too like cool, toned linen. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. So that was a big purchase. I'm very excited to start that too. I don't know, I don't have plans yet to start that, but that is that. The other thing, or a couple of other things, I picked up the one of, and I can't remember the name of it. Something like Christmas, I don't remember, treats, candy canes, sweets, something. It's by Lindy Stitches. It was an exclusive for the Jingle Ball. And I did pick up the 32 count Shy Linen by Seraphim Fabrics. That was the called for that she had on sale for that. Beautiful. And I don't know where they are. I don't think they're in this bag, are they? Oh, they are. I also picked up the floss for it. I think most of it's called for. So it was Classic Colorworks Persimmon, Forbidden Fiber Co., Chipmunk, the brown there, Jingle Bells by Forbidden Fiber Co., which I think is what I might use for the curry sub in Misspelled Sampler. Tatooine, Shamrock, and Julep. So these are, I think, almost all of the flosses for that. I think maybe DMC 310 might come into play somewhere, but so that is that. That's exciting. What else did I get? I got the Swedish Neat Bells by Ink Circles. That's the pattern. I'll put a bigger picture up here. But I went ahead and got the PDF pattern, and then I got the ribbons, the bells, and the thread pack. So all you need is DMC 310 to stitch these. And then I think she stitched them on 36 count platinum, which I will purchase at some point. But yeah, so I got that little bag. So editing Cameron here. Great angle I've got going on. Threads in the back. Okay, anyways, I did also purchase 2 other patterns from the Jingle Ball, and I wanted to mention them. So the first one was, now I can't remember the name. It's from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and it's the fox. He's a little dressed up fox. Don't worry, I'll put a picture up. And then I also got the Tiny Modernist Christmas time stitch along. And yeah, I just completely forgot to mention both of those things. So here I am. Anyways, you'll probably see me again because this video was a hot mess. And then I also got my December 2022 Color and Cotton Thread Club. These were really pretty. So I get 5 skeins each month. And I got Winter Tide. That might be my favorite. I don't know. I say that. I'm probably going to say that about every single one of them. Winter Tide, Fuzzy Socks. Definitely the name of this one. For sure. Solstice. Ooh. My phone's about to die. I really gotta wrap this up. Toboggan. That's a great neutral. And then Blizzard, which is really light. So those were the December Color and Cotton flosses. Very beautiful. I don't know, Cozy Socks is really, that's this one. That one might be my favorite. The name really gets you. Okay, is that it? No, couldn't possibly be. It might be. I do want to mention, and I haven't messaged her about it yet, but Megan from the Seattle Stitcher mentioned something about possibly starting a stitch along for Winter Moth by Kathy Barrick. So editing Cameron is back, and she's better than ever. No, so I did talk to Megan from the Seattle Stitcher, and we are going to start stitching Winter Moth by Kathy Barrick on January 13th, which is a Friday. So it is a Friday the 13th in January. And we are using the hashtag Winter Moth Sal, S-A-L. So Winter Moth S-A-L hashtag. So if any of you have it kitted up, if you have the pattern, you want to kit it up, obviously just start anytime you want, but we are planning to start January 13th. So that is the update there. Okay, you won't see me again, I promise. I got some floss for it. So I went ahead and I subbed out a bunch of stuff, but I'm doing Amber Waves and Old Lace by Color and Cotton. And then I picked up Blue Spruce by Gentle Arts. You can't, it's like a very dark green. Deep Fennel by Classic Colorworks and Shamrock by Classic Colorworks. So I think I'm going to use these. And then I think I'm going to use this Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers Chai Love You 40 count linen. So if you're interested and you have this pattern or whatever, you want to kit it up, I'd say go for it, because I think I definitely want to start this winter. So yeah, I think that's all I had to mention. Again, thank you all so much for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, DMing, living, laughing, and loving. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. Quick update. I will see you guys in 2023. I maybe will post this in 2023. We'll see how plans go. My plans, I forgot to talk about that, but my plans is basically just doing WIPGO. I'm doing one of my boards is like all my big projects, and one of my boards is all my small projects. I will not be doing the 12 by 12 because unfortunately I have plans on New Year's Eve. Kind of lame, but no, I'm excited. We're just going to hang out with friends and celebrate the new year. So I will not be doing that, but I'm excited to probably start randomly new projects throughout the year and show those to you guys when I do that. So yeah, thanks for watching and bye.